Good morning, everyone. This is Lynn Sugiyama speaking on behalf of the Arizona Buddhist Temple here in Phoenix, Arizona. I want to thank you for always watching us on the Arizona Buddhist Temple Facebook webpage and also on the YouTube channel, Dharma in the Desert. We thank you for always watching us, and we appreciate you listening to us and giving us your support for the temple. I'd like to begin my Dharma talk with a reading. This is from the book Buddha's Wish for the World, written by Abbot Emeritus Reverend Koshin Otani, who is the leader of our tradition of Shin Buddhism. He wrote this quoting the larger sutra. It goes like this. Please join me in Gassho. Let's put our hands together. Though a person may be the center of love and affection while he lives in this world, a person is born alone and dies alone. Pending the life he lives, he is set to arrive in either the realm of suffering or the realm of joy. The journey that awaits the person, only he can make. No one can take his place. Please join me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandaps. This coming February 15th, we celebrate Nirvana Day. Nirvana Day is when we commemorate the passing of the historical Shakyamuni Buddha. He passed away some 2,500 years ago in India, and it is said that he lived to be to the age of 80 years old. So he accomplished much in his lifetime by helping people and teaching the people what he learned to what is now Buddhism that spread around the world. So just before he passed away, he gave his last teaching to his disciples. And he said, make yourself a light. Rely upon yourself and do not depend on anyone else. Make my teachings your light. Rely upon them and do not depend on any other teaching. So when he said this, what does it mean? It means that we use the Buddhist teachings to help us get through this difficult life that we may live. It can help us through our sad times, but also helps us during the times that we are happy. So when I reflect upon the long life of the Buddha, I think that all of us too, we all wish to live a long life. Here in America, many people, including myself, we all take vitamins and supplements. And we do this to stay healthy and to also, we hope to live a long life because of it. So when we are young, we really don't think about death. We enjoy the life that we live. However, when we grow older, we realize we get a little slower. And for me, I know that when I look at my hair, it gets gray as time goes on. So unfortunately, there comes the time that all of us must pass away. This is the natural course of our life. Everyone must go through this. So it's important that we enjoy our life right now. So one enjoyment that we have is that we all go on vacations in our lifetime. It is a time that we enjoy going somewhere with our family and our friends. a couple of years ago, members of the Arizona Buddhist Temple and our youth group, our junior YBA, we took a trip to Japan. And I really enjoyed this trip to Japan. And I think the kids really enjoyed it too. It was a very memorable experience for everybody. So I really enjoyed our trip. I was able to meet my wife's family in Chiba Prefecture. And then I was able to visit my relatives in Gifu Prefecture. And I was able to enjoy our visit to Nara and to go to see the big Buddha at Todaiji and to see the Honganji temple in Kyoto. So all these places I really enjoyed visiting. So this was a educational trip first and a fun vacation second. So one of the places that we also visited was Hiroshima. And we were able to visit the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Museum. So to be truthful, the museum in Hiroshima, it was very difficult emotionally to go through. It's not a fun museum like the Musical Instrument Museum in Scottsdale or the Phoenix Children Museum. So this museum, it describes the history and the suffering of the people who went through the atomic bomb on August 6th, 1945. Some 80,000 people perished from the initial blast from the bomb. However, many people survived, but they became sick from the radiation that came from the bomb. And because of this, a total of some 125,000 people have died because of this event. So as you go through this museum, there are many artifacts, there are many pictures of the people who were burned or injured. And so it's very difficult to see the suffering that they went through. And there are also many displays of the letters and stories of the people who survived the bomb. Many stories told about how they suffered from radiation sickness. People wrote about how they saw and took care of family members who also became very sick from the radiation that lingered from Hiroshima. So I remember reading many of the young people who wrote stories, and they touched me very emotionally. And I remember several of the young people wrote about how their younger brother or sister became very ill and how they wished they could take their brother or sister's place because they loved them so much and because they did not want to see them suffer any further. So think about the lives of the people and how much they suffered, and of those who died because of the Hiroshima atomic blast. And I feel very sad for them. I wish that there was no suffering in this world, but we see that suffering surrounds us all the time. And we see that in the news from around the world. How do we deal with all this suffering? So from my reading, it's important to remember that when we think about death, we must encounter death all alone. No one can take our place. By understanding the Buddhist teachings of impermanence, that all things do not last forever. I think that we can deal with losing our loved ones. It may make this a little easier for us. But the other lesson that we learned from the Buddhist teachings is interdependence. We all rely upon our family and friends and teachers to get through this life together. As I said, we must all encounter death alone. However, when we are surrounded by people who love us and care for us, living this life makes it a little easier with those who surround us, and we cherish them, and we are filled for gratitude for the love that they give us and for the life that we have. When we listen to those teachings, we think about our lives, and we are filled with gratitude for the Buddhist teachings, that sustain us. So I think through the Buddhist teachings, we go through the realm of suffering, and we're able to go to the realm of joy, of peace and bliss. This is the realm of the Pure Land. So let's continue learning the Buddhist teachings together. Let's remember that the Buddhas taught us that death is a natural part of life, and that we are not to be afraid of death. Rather, the teachings tell us to live life fully and to live in gratitude for our family, our friends, and our teachers. And that we are to listen to the Buddhist teachings to help us spiritually and to guide us through this life. So I want to thank you for listening. In closing, I'd like to again read from the book Buddha's Wish for the World by Reverend Koshin Otani. Please join me at our hands in Gassho. Though a person may be the center of love and affection while he lives in this world, a person is born alone and dies alone. Pending the life he lives, he is set to arrive in either the realm of suffering or the realm of joy. The journey that awaits this person, only he can make. No one can take his place. Please join me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you again for listening. Please enjoy your day. Thank you.